What's up guys, thanks for joining me here today on Feature Junkie. My name's Ed and today we're going to be talking about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, directed by Joel Crawford, starring Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek, Florence Pugh, and Harvey Gullin. So right now, IMDb has this movie rated as a 7.8 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes has this as a 95%, and Metacritic has this as a 75 out of 100. I've got a few things to say about this film, but before I do, if you could leave a like down below, I'd greatly appreciate that. Now let's get into the plot courtesy of IMDb. Puss in Boots discovers that his passion for adventure has taken its toll, and he is burnt through 8 of his 9 lives. Puss sets on an epic journey to find the mythical last wish and restore his 9 lives. Okay, so I'll admit, this movie wasn't high on my list. It's not a film that I would normally go to watch at the theater. Growing up, I was a huge Shrek fan. I also enjoyed Shrek 2. But after that, I really just fell off with all these characters, and I haven't even watched the first Puss in Boots movie, but I've been hearing a lot of people's reactions to this film, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And while I wouldn't deem it like the best DreamWorks animation film, I would agree, it was pretty good. It's a fun, charming film that has those funny moments, those action moments. Of course, it has lots of singing and dancing moments, but the best way I'd describe this film is it had heart. There have been a good amount of animation films in 2022 that visually look stunning. Lightyear, for an example, was one of those films. And although the animation was nowhere close near to what Lightyear was, this film feels like it had a purpose and a story to tell. Yes, there are several predictable messages in the film, but they're all strong, meaningful messages of living your best life now, the power of friendship and love, realizing where you are is right where you're supposed to be, and so much more. And it's crazy because I was talking with my wife earlier and we were just saying how neat it is that there's a ton of jokes and playful banter and kid stuff in this film, and as it should be, the kids at the theater were going crazy for this film. They were having such a great time. But the film also includes subtle things for adults that they could connect to as well. For example, if I was a kid, I would definitely be just having fun and singing along with the film, but there's definitely a deep moral to the film that as an adult I can really relate to now, and I find it so fascinating how a 2 to 3 hour movie like this one has that incredible ability to merge generational gaps. So it's a fun time for the entire family watching the film. But back to the film, I thought it was refreshing. Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek show off some of that desperado romance chemistry is still there. Florence Pugh as Goldilocks and the story they have with her is great. The voice acting from all the cast really just felt true to the characters on screen and true to the story being told. I will say, while I did love the adventure elements to this film, the map parts really just felt like a clear as day copy of Map from Dora the Explorer, where in order to get to the end goal, they would have to go through one obstacle to get to the other obstacle to get to the other one afterwards, and it just had me rolling my eyes a little bit just because we've seen it before. Also, some of the fight scenes felt a bit repetitive and unfinished, but other than that, yeah, I'm just going along with the ride. And while I can tell you that I would recommend this film, the critics you really should be listening to are from the kids, and from my audience, it was clear as day that they loved this film. But guys, I just want to know what y'all think of this film. If you liked it, if you didn't, whatever those thoughts are, leave them in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, hit that notification icon down below so you know when I'm going live or dropping new content. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here today on Feature Junkie.